Hey, I'm going to make this quick. This is a message I got yesterday after I said something in a video, and I think it could impact you. And if so, I want you to follow suit like this messenger did. I'm going to keep their identity anonymous here. I'm sorry I had to cancel my membership. It was only $2, but I'm on disability. It's getting harder to budget what I need. I debated a couple of months because if I could afford to, I'd give a lot more. The message at the end of one of your Wednesday shows finally let me see that it was okay. I still hate it. Thank you for the support you've given, even though you shouldn't have been giving to support this channel if you're on a disability, if you're on a fixed income. No, I say that all the time, and I mean it. There's a lot of people on YouTube who have channel memberships, who have merch, who have different fundraising mechanisms to support their work, and I'm no different. I guess maybe I am different in the way that I don't want your money if you don't have it to give. I want you to take care of yourself. It is what is paramount. It's what's most important, absolutely. So if you're in this situation, cancel your channel membership like this person did here, right here. I'm not going to encourage you to cancel on somebody else, but if it's me, cancel your membership if you're in a tight spot. Here is 45 seconds of what sparked this, and take it to heart. I mean it. If you don't have the money, cancel your membership. There are other ways to support. Anyway, here's what I said yesterday, and then we'll get straight to the video. On the note of supporting independent media, if you have an extra $2 a month, if it's extra and you could throw it out the window and you'd like to help support this on a monthly basis, please do. Not if you're on a fixed income. I do not want your money if it is painful or sacrificial in any way. Take care of yourself. That is what's most important, especially in these times. If you're giving right now as a channel member and it's painful to do so, turn off your channel membership. Please, please. But if you have $2 extra a month, become a channel member, click the join button below, or go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. Yesterday, Bernie Sanders was on CNN, a little town hall action. And I think it's important because, one, it really drives home the anxiety and the brokenness of our system on many fronts. They're talking about healthcare for this particular one, but I think we need to be signal boosting this message to a lot of people who go through life kind of just carrying with them tropes and ideas and concepts that they were taught as a child. And it all is kind of wrapped up in patriotism and not to think critically about your country, not to be critical of your country. And all of that is nonsense. The more critical we are, the more change we can accomplish, the better we can make the country. It's through criticism. It's like furniture building, you know, if you sand something and it seems destructive, but you're actually beautifying the product that you're making. And through sanding, through abrasion, through tension, we can make our country better. And that's exactly what these two clips from Bernie Sanders that I'm getting ready to play illustrate. It is criticism, but criticism with an end in mind. And we need to communicate to all other people around us, our acquaintances, our friends, our neighbors, our co-workers. It's okay to criticize the country because in course of that, we can make it better. So anyway, there's a couple of good moments here where there's a little back and forth between he and Anderson Cooper, and we'll talk about that as well. Here's the first one where Bernie kind of gets after Anderson.
Raise your hand if you think the American healthcare system is broken. Raise your hand.
Majority, everyone.
Not a majority, for everybody in the room.
And I can see behind that guy. But.
And that is, all right, question again. How many nations, wealthy nations in the world, do not guarantee healthcare to all people as a human right? Anybody know the answer? Which country? All right. Now, you're not going to hear much about that on corporate television. You're not going to hear much about that in the United States Congress. We're the only major country on earth that doesn't guarantee health care to all people. 85 million of us are uninsured or underinsured. 60,000 die each year because we can't get to a doctor on time. That's the bad news. You know what the good news is? The insurance companies are making tens of billions of dollars every year denying you coverage. The drug companies charge us the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs. So how does it happen that in the wealthiest country in the history of the world, we're spending twice as much per capita as the people in other countries, and yet we have one of the worst outcomes, healthcare outcomes, of any country on earth? And it gets back to money in politics and the domination of big money, in this case insurance companies, drug companies, over the Republican and Democratic.
I want to try to get some more of our audience questions. Joel,
I know you do, but I want to talk about...
I know.
No, I want to, sometimes these issues about health care, about income and wealth inequality are not talked about in the corporate media, and it's time that we did talk about them. That's why the question a moment ago, why are people losing faith in the American system? We don't talk about it on CNN. We don't talk about it in Congress. It's because they understand that a handful of billionaires exert enormous influence, and that has got to change.
Not a majority, it's everybody. This is the energy we need to bring into our conversations with the people we interact with. Bernie's right. Bernie's been right. Bernie's maybe always been right. But I think people are waking up to the system we've built for ourselves in America that is absolutely rigged. It's created by the uber wealthy in our country for the uber wealthy in our country. I touched on this yesterday in a couple of different videos as the markets went insane with Donald Trump's tariffs and then recovered immediately as soon as he pulled back. System's not built for you. Unless, of course, you're the one random billionaire who happens to enjoy my content, which I doubt. The system wasn't built for you. It's not built for me. There was another moment that came right on the heels of that clip that you just watched. That one took place at about 9:46 Eastern. This one took place or was broadcast at about 9:48. And it's going through the statistics that you can carry with you throughout the day about percentages and of dollar amounts that really add up and bolster his point. They prove the thing he's saying. And again, these are rare moments on corporate media that you're going to be hearing this. And again, Anderson Cooper didn't like hearing the criticism of CNN, his corporate overlords, because Bernie Sanders is like, oh, we need to make CNN talk about this. And Anderson's like, well, we're talking about it right now. But the reason is because Bernie's forcing the issue. Watch this.
So when I'm running around the country with Alexandria and other people, what we are trying to do is demand that working class people begin to stand up and fight for their rights. There is no reason we should be the only major country not to have health care, not to have paid family and medical leave, et cetera, et cetera. Why we have the highest rate of childhood poverty, almost any major country. 22% of our seniors living on $15,000 a year. Anybody here think that makes sense? No. All right, it doesn't. But you got to get CNN to talk about these issues. You got to get your members of Congress to talk about these issues.
We're literally talking about it right now.
Yeah, but I'm forcing you to talk about it, Anderson.
This is Joel. We invited you. This is Joel Pritikin.
Beautiful moment. One, it really does illustrate why independent media is so important, because I'm not shy to talk about this shit. I can talk about it in any way that I see fit. A lot of times, that means that a lot of you aren't into it. Not a lot of you, you're here, but a lot of people, they don't watch me because I'm a little too bombastic. I'm a little too much. And I get that. I get that. But listen, those statistics are stark, are they not? That 22% of our seniors are living on $15,000 a year. $15,000 a year. Poverty. People who have supported this country their entire lives, worked their entire lives, are living on 50. If it was 30 grand, it would be paltry. But 15,000. We have the highest rate of childhood poverty. The richest nation, ostentatiously wealthy country. And we have the highest rate of childhood poverty in the world. We have the highest rates of maternal mortality in the world, in the developed world. There is no excuse for the failures of our country that are now being compounded upon by a Trump administration who promises wealth for the wealthy. They're not looking out for you. They're not looking out for making your life better or easier or putting you in a strategic position to make a move to make your life better. They're not giving you the tools to pull yourself up by your bootstraps like they always talk about, because they're not concerned about you. Look, I'm thankful for a guy like Bernie. I am thankful for progressives in the House of Representatives, people like AOC and others. There's others out there. But it takes a special kind of person to communicate it well. Anyway, what do you think? I invite you to this conversation. I would love to talk about this more. You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. If you got a contact in Bernie's office or AOC's office, drop my email address to them. Love to have them on the show. That would be great. Anyway, follow me on social media if that's your thing. My name is at Dollemore there. My name, my handle, whatever. And I already talked about the channel memberships. You get the message. I'm serious about it. Take care of yourself first and foremost. That is what is most important. Absolutely, without doubt or equivocation. Take care of yourself. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of yourself and one another.